Not open yet. We're closed. Come on, man. All right, I'm coming. Coming. Asshole. Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I'm, looking for my little brother. It's about your height, a little bit leaner. Definitely less gray in the temples.
Sam?
It's good to see you again, Nathan.
God, Sam.
Oh, all right. Take it easy, take it easy.
How? How? I thought you... I saw you get shot.
Yes, you did. Right there. Huh?
Jesus.
Well, the doctors, they patched me up and they tossed me right back into the cell.
Yeah, but I made calls. I checked everywhere. Everything I heard, everything I found, it all confirmed you were dead.
Well, Nathan, we killed a guard. Okay, so they wanted to see me rot in that cell for the rest of my life, and I nearly did.
Jesus, Sam, man, if I had known, I swear to you, I would have come out.
You would have come back. I know, Nathan. I know. What's important now, though, is that I'm out. Hey, you still with me?
Need some air.
You're not gonna pass out on me or nothing, are you?
I just might. It's a lot to digest, you know? But how did you get out? When did you get out? How'd you even get here, find me?
All right. Slow down. Okay? Have a seat. I want to hear about you. Huh?
Me?
Yeah.
What's to tell?
Well, call some of your old contacts. Tell me some pretty crazy-ass stories.
Jeez, what crazy stories.
Got shot, hanging from a derailed train in the Himalayas.
Yeah, that actually happened.
Come on, man. What did I miss?
Jeez, Sam, where do I start?
Start with the best part.
Okay, do you remember the theory that we had that Sir Francis Drake faked his own death?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, he did. I found the coffin.
Off the coast of Panama?
Yeah. All right, now get this. Okay, I open it up,
Right.
and there's no body, but the bottom is his old journal. Are you shitting me?
Welcome everybody, Josh here, back at it today with a brand new special, I guess you could say, news-related video. Today we're talking about this, which is this console generation boring? So I have all the consoles up until the Xbox Series X, which I do plan on possibly either getting this year for Christmas or maybe even next year for that matter, and I've been relatively disappointed with this generation's console wars. I think that the whole idea of the console wars is rather silly. It's basically for children who can't afford multiple different consoles or people that want to side with one company's box over the other, but I think that for me personally, as someone that cares about the video games, that cares about the single player story driven narratives, that cares about everything that goes along with gaming, whether that's gaming with your friends or playing online or having a blast with your friends on the console of choice that you like to play, I think is very important. I think that for this stage of the gaming lifestyle and 4 years into the console's life expectancy, which consoles really do last about like 8 to 10 years, I think in terms of their console length, I think that this console generation has been rather boring. I think that I myself have been going back to older video games that I really do like to play, whether that's Halo franchise, Gears of War, God of War, or even some of the other titles that I really did like playing on the PlayStation 4. And some of the games on the PlayStation 5 have been really cool. Like God of War Ragnarok was really cool. We also got some of the newer Call of Duty games, which have been kind of fun. There's a little bit of a variety of all these games into these different systems, and really doesn't bother me that much because I like playing all of the systems that I pretty much can get my hands on, because I think that story-driven narratives are important, and I think as storytellers you have to understand stories in general, whether that be good or bad stories, to understand where you're going as a storyteller. And I think that preserving games that have come in the prior generations generations is definitely important. I really do like the fact that this generation does seem to have a lot of remakes and remasters of older titles. I think that you can't really go wrong with an older school video game because you know what you're going to get into in terms of actually playing that video game or what the story is going to be in terms of the gameplay mechanics of that. So I think that as a person that really does like going back and re-experiencing older games, I have no issues with buying remakes or remasters of classic titles that I like from the past, whether that's Halo, Gears of War, God of War, or even, like I said before, I've been actually playing Uncharted and Horizon. So if any of those games ever actually does get remasters or remakes in the future, I have no qualms about actually buying remasters or remakes of Uncharted or even the God of War franchise should they actually make a remaster or remake of those games in the near future. So I think that me personally, I have been really enjoying going back to my Xbox Series S and playing older school titles on the Xbox 360 as well as the older Xbox games that I really haven't played for over 10 to 20 years somewhat, because I am actually a 34-year-old adult, or at least I will be in October when my birthday hits. And I think that for me personally, I grew up in the age where you had the golden age of the console wars, if you will, and I think that that was when gaming was pretty much revolutionary. Nowadays it's all about the graphics and the ray tracing and microtransactions in games, which I think is ruining the gaming experience in general, because I think that having the battle pass mechanic as well as the fact that you have to buy these character skins, you can't really unlock anything in the game while playing, which is what you grew up in terms of the 90s and early 2000s generations of actually unlocking character skins, weapon camos and stuff like that actually in the games instead of actually just buying it in terms of a video game store. And I think that we've lost a lot of that ability to unlock things in games, and I think that's the reasons why I just checked out. Like, the only game that I really do play that is multiplayer is Fortnite, and it's weird because Fortnite was one of those games that I mocked relentlessly. When it first came out, I thought it was kind of silly, I thought it was kind of cartoonish, but as they've released more maps, more modes, more stuff that you can do, including no build, which I actually do like zero build or no build as it's called, I think that that is a really fun game mode, and I've spent like hours of my life since the past 2 years of not having a job actually playing through Fortnite zero build, and I've actually uploaded a lot of gaming footage on my gaming channel. That's a really fun game that I've been spending a lot of time on. I think that with the minimal story that there is, I think that having fun with your friends, Fortnite is a really great time, especially if you have a squad or you just want to play solos on either build mode or zero build, which I think zero build is a little bit better, but that's just me personally speaking. Other than that, I really haven't had that many great games that I played that really have struck a chord with me. In the past, you've got things like Uncharted, God of War, Halo, even Gears of War for that matter, that stuck with you even after you played it. But this console generation, like even with the Spider-Man games being as good as they are, it's not something that I think about constantly even after I've been done playing them. I think that Halo is one of those games that has a lot of mystery to it, has a lot of adventure to it, and you can go back and uncover some of that lore even after you've been playing the games afterwards. And I think that we're missing those games like Uncharted that delve into the treasure hunting, the exploring nature that Nathan Drake was known for, and then uncovering the mysteries as the game unfolds. And I think that there's no really good first-party exclusive title on either of these systems. All these games release broken, buggy, in a really crappy state, which ruins the gaming experience as well. You are like, well, this game sucks, I really don't want to play it when it's this terrible, especially with Modern Warfare 3 that released with a short single-player campaign, which I didn't even finish because I was like, this game is boring, I don't really want to play this game anymore. It's not as good as the other Call of Duty games. Even the rebooted version of Modern Warfare was a little bit better. The first two games in that franchise were pretty good, and then this game just dropped the ball. The multiplayer was trash, and it led you into the battle pass, the microtransactions, which really didn't make me want to play the game any more than 2 days like I currently did. And so I think personally speaking, with the broken, buggy mess of games, with the microtransactions, with the fact that these games really aren't as impressive compared to some of the older counterparts, even some of the older games that we used to get in the past with the story-driven narratives were infinitely better than the modern-day games that we get to this day. And I think that a lot of that is because they're focused too heavily on graphics and they're not focused enough on storytelling. They're pushing a lot of political agendas into these games, which I really don't agree with. I think that games should just be about fun and escapism rather than trying to push a message to it, because I think that it just adds to the element of these games not being as great as they used to be. And I can go back to any of these games from the past, especially the 90s and early 2000s games, and have a blast and not have to worry about political agendas being pushed or the fact that this game is broken and finished, because a lot of these games had to be released finished and on the disc. You didn't have these upgrades day one where, makes the game a little bit better, then over time it gets better. For me personally, I want the game to be finished complete on the disc when it launches, or even just digitally if it is going to be released digitally. Now that most console games don't release with a physical disc or that. And so I think that personally, for me speaking, I think that's one of the many reasons why I really don't think that this generation has been that great or has been lackluster and disappointing. I think that a lot of us kind of feel that way. And that's why a lot of us go back to the games that we can play that is backwards compatible on other systems. And I think that for me personally speaking, that hits a chord with me more than the modern day games that release now. That's not to say that I'm going to completely quit gaming. That's not to say that I'm going to quit actually buying single player story based games, which I really do love compared to even the multiplayer games that do release now. But I'm just tired of it. I'm kind of tired of the boring games that get released. I'm tired of the fact that they don't focus on storytelling or story driven narratives. I'm tired of the fact that this is a multiplayer only focused console generation that focuses on battle passes, microtransactions, and other things. And that was basically second to the main story of the game. In the past, you got the single player game and then you got the multiplayer after that, so you could play through the single player game and then actually then go to multiplayer, which which I did a lot, especially when games did have a campaign to it. And even if the game was bad, I still really enjoyed the fact they took the time and effort to put a single player campaign into it, because it just shows that they cared a little bit more about the game. They introduced a narrative to it that whether it was good or bad, it didn't really matter. It just mattered the fact that they were releasing a game that felt like it was worth the $50 or $60 that you paid for it. And now it just doesn't seem like video games in general release with that content in mind. They release with the bare minimum content, and then over time they release it with expansions and battle passes and stuff like that. And it's like, it's just not enough. It's not enough to get me invested in the future of console gaming or even PC gaming in that matter. So those are my thoughts and opinions of the idea. Is this console generation boring or disappointing? I personally think it is. I looked back on some of the other games and the other systems that I got over the years, and I think that they're so much better than what we get now. That's not to say the PS5 or the Xbox Series S and X are bad per se. I really do like the fact that some of these games, our game systems, allow you to go back and actually replay some of the older titles that we know and love, but it's just not enough. So those are my own opinions and thoughts. Please let me know in the comment section down below which console is your favorite, which console generations did you like the most, which video games on these platforms did you enjoy the most. Let me know in the comment section down below. As always guys, rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.
No. No, no, no.
What happens now?
What are you doing, Tess?
Oh, God. Maybe they had a map or something to tell us where they were going.
How far are we gonna take
As
this?
far as it needs to go. Where was this lab of theirs?
Oh, she never said. She only mentioned that it was someplace out west.
What are we doing here? This is not us.
What do you know about us? About me?
I know that you are smarter than this.
Really? Guess what? We're shitty people, Joel. It's been that way for a long time.
No, we are survivors.
This is our chance.
It is over, Tess! Now, we tried. Let's just go home.
I'm not going anywhere. This is my last stop.
What?
Our luck had to run out sooner or later.
You going on?
No, don't! Don't touch me.
Holy shit. She's infected.
Joel,
Let me see.
I didn't mean for this.
Show it to me.
Oops, right? Give me your arm. This was 3 weeks. I was bitten an hour ago, and it's already worse. This is fucking real, Joel. You've got to get this girl to Tommy's. He used to run with this crew. He'll know where to go.
No. That was your crusade. I am not doing that.
Yes, you are. Look. There's enough here that you have to feel some sort of obligation to me, so you get her to Tommy's. They're here.
Damn it.
I can buy you some time, but you have to run.
You want us to just leave you here?
Yes.
There is no way that...
I will not turn into one of those things. Come on. Make this easy for me.
I can find...
No, just go! Just fucking go.
Ellie,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this.
get a move on.
We know you're in there. Drop your weapons and come out with your hands up.
What the fuck? I can't believe we did that.
Stop.
We just left her to die.